Hello everybody. This is a little start of a possible video blog regarding the restoration of a team associated RC10 Gold Pan. I have had one for about 32 years, and recently I went through and completely redid it because a friend of mine who had borrowed it many years ago, he had a brain injury, took it apart and lost a great deal of parts. So I spent the better part of a year scrounging for parts and finally managed to get it put back together, with the use of local hobby shops and eBay, things like that. I'm gonna spin the camera around and show you what she looks like now. If I can figure out how to do that. Well, I can't, so there it is right there. You have to excuse the paint coming off the wheel. I tried to paint it because I prefer black wheels, but this is what we wound up with. I recently put these new rear shocks on. I had bought some shocks for a newer model RC car that fit, but I found them a little bit too soft and they didn't have adjustments for tension. So when you put the battery in and with the motor and all that, the car tended to sink down a little too low, and I didn't like that. So I wound up putting it in the old style shocks. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out where am I going to get parts for this thing, spares and the like, and I went on Facebook and basically put up an ad on some of the RC car forums, for lack of a better term, and wound up connecting with a gentleman who was local, a guy named Leland, thank you very much. And I was looking for wheels, because if you look at these wheels, these are street tires. And here in the Arizona heat, they don't last very long if you run them in the summer. So plus I wanted to see about running it in the dirt and seeing how it would perform. And finding real parts for this particular car can be tricky. So when I put up an ad about it, this gentleman responded back with a comment saying, oh, I've got some tires. Let me set this down here. I've got some tires and such, and I can let them go for X amount of dollars. And it was a very reasonable price. What I got for said reasonable price is this thing right here. We have here in the box, original. Yes, I know the lid is upside down. And we have basically the same, more or less the same type of condition that I had when I put my first one together, less, some of the dirt, because obviously this car has been used. And it's not a complaint about having a dirty car. They do run them in the dirt. So what I'm going to do is, going forward, figuring out how to do this blog stuff and also show people basically what it's like to have one of these types of cars, take it apart, clean it, and put it together. In restoring my first one, I found a great deal of spare parts. I've got a ton of spare parts, so I figured I have these extra parts. Rather than using this particular car for spares, I would see about putting her back together and getting her running as well. If you like this, feel free to tune in again. Thank you.